Hey everyone, it's Mocha T. Love you guys on the show as always. And yes, I have my uniform on because I'm getting ready to go to work. And that leads me to the topic at hand, workplace bullying. We experienced bullying as a kid, right? And some of us, it left a staining impression as it progresses to our adulthood, which leads to workplace bullying in the workplace, especially among women. I mean, because I can relate because I'm a woman and I know that it happens among men, but I really wanted to take this time out to really discuss workplace bullying because, my daughter was having issues with kids in school, and I felt like I can tell her to punch somebody in the face, right? But I can't do that at work. And workplace bullying can really make your work experience toxic, right? Most people leave jobs not because of the salary, because you kind of know what you're getting into, but because of the environment, right? That's why we leave most of our relationships. Um, so in saying that, I thought it I thought I should do some research, right, about workplace bullying. And before we get all into that, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. Um, so without further ado, let me talk about what I researched. So I researched workplace bullying among women. And a lot of the things that I came up with was social and economical factors, right? Basically, like women, we're so behind in the work field that we have this competitive edge that sometimes we forget to be kind to one another because we're trying to climb up that ladder, and because we're forced into the work field so quickly and after giving birth. When you think about it, 3 months is really not enough for a woman to just pick up, go back to work after having a kid, right? So that could cause indirect frustration and indirect bullying in the workplace. When people are frustrated, they tend to act out of character, and something that could be not bullying to me could be bullying to another coworker or toxic to another coworker, right? Just it's all on how you phrase things, right? And interpersonal skills. Um, so the social economical factor was the biggest thing that came up, right? But to me, I feel like workplace bullying has a lot to do with your beginning stages of life, right? If how you were taught to how to deal with a problem was always toxic, you carry that on into your adulthood and to work environments. So I think it's a case by case basis. I think, yes, social economical factors and the stress that we have as women in the work field, especially being providers, mom, we're always on the go. I know what it's like. But my mother always taught me you give the same respect to the VP that you give to the cleaning person. Because them today, you tomorrow. And I feel like if we carry ourselves with respect, it falls on all categories. It falls on being kind, interpersonal skills, all of that. And I feel like the missing link is that we have unresolved issues from our childhood that we don't know how, or a lot of people in the work environment don't know how to express themselves therapeutically, right? And respectfully. You know, let me try to give an example. Even in email writing, right? Putting an exclamation point and putting a period at the end of a sentence is passive aggressive, right? Everybody can look at that as a passive aggressive way. Or I've had an experience where as a new nurse, I'm new on the floor, and they say nurses eat their young. I'll never forget this. My first time working at a nursing home, I needed help. So I was asking the supervisor, which was not even within my scope of practice, to help me assist in putting in a Foley for a patient, right? And she was like, well, didn't you go to nursing school? Yeah, but this is my first time putting in a Foley catheter. Can you help me? She was like, in 1 minute. And didn't help me until the end of the shift. So not only did the patient suffer, I suffered. And little behold, towards the end of that working experience, this is when I've been a nurse for 8 years, nursing advanced, and it became more computerized. She struggled. And guess who she asked for help for? How to put in orders through a computer system. The young kid on the block. Because, yeah, I know how to type. I know how. So, workplace bullying happens, I think, really, it has a lot to do with how you just express yourself on a day-to-day basis with people in your environment and how you were taught. Like, yeah, I can be rude as hell, but I always think about how that could be my mother. I always think about, you know, that karma could come onto my daughter. And living with moral compass encompasses everything. You treat people better when you morally think about what you're gonna say and what you're gonna do. And I think that it's something that's not a taught skill. You just gotta have it. Your parents had to instill respect and morals and how to effectively communicate. I've experienced some of the worst experiences in the workplace, which is supposed to be the most professional environment, right? Leading to say that most people don't leave work or their job because of the pay. They leave it because of their experience. If you feel like it's toxic, why wouldn't you leave? If every day your man came in the house and was mean to you, you'd want to leave that relationship. Work is no different, especially in New York. Jobs are at abundance. So today, I challenge us women, us coworkers, to be better to each other. And just remember how it felt when somebody treated you poorly. Workplace bullying should not exist, especially because we are adults that should have learned at some point in time how to communicate effectively. But we always want to compete, not knowing that that person that you helped along the way could help you in the later future, could help you get your next promotion. It's their turn today, your turn tomorrow. There's plenty of positions for all of us. And if we put in the work, our time will soon come. Our time will soon come. But workplace bullying and bullying should not exist, right? My daughter tells me about issues all the time about kids being mean to her. And I feel like it's effed up that I have to explain to an 8-year-old that, you know what, some people are just going to be mean, but you have to be the bigger person. Because I don't want her to grow up and every situation she deals with is yelling back at the person or hitting the person back. Even though in my head I want her to do it. You know, I teach her, if somebody doesn't put their hands on you, then, you know, use your words. But try to be as respectful as possible. I hope this resonates, and I hope that we do a better job at being kind to one another. This is Mocha D. I'm tuning out. I'm finished ranting. I'm going to go to work. Love you guys mucho. And let's challenge ourselves to be better to each other. It's Mocha D. Tune it out.